Never did I dream to post my cheating story here online asking how to make things right. Well, here I am, confessing everyone about my broken heart and trusting. My wife and I, Sarah and I, have been together for 10 years. We are married for 8 years. We met in college and were each other's first and only. I thought we had something rare, something beautiful. But as the tale of my devious cheating sets in, I realize maybe I was one of the few who thought so. It all began when Sarah joined a new job. She was unable to gel well with the new colleagues, partly because she was naturally shy. So eventually she started with quite an attractive group of females, some of whom were single or divorced, some were even in relationships but were not married. I was pretty glad to see her making friends indeed. But soon enough, this tale of cheating began to take shape as she started going out for booze, partying, and staying out late. I felt getting more and more concerned about this new trend, but at the same time, I did not want to scold her nor appear controlling. This new lifestyle began to take tolls on our relations in the bedroom. Sarah, who rarely started intimacy before, became even more distant, too tired or disinterested. Then there was Mark, a new manager at her company. Sarah admired him and was not shy about talking about how well he could solve problems at work. First, nothing came of it in my mind, but as this cheating story progressed, my concern grew. I asked her why she was so obsessed with him, to which she dismissed the whole thing and said there is no cause for worry. Then came a conversation that I never had in mind. Sarah asked me, "Do you ever regret not being more promiscuous with women?" I simply said no. She is all I need. I almost saw a glimpse of sadness in her eyes, but she changed the subject quickly. This is when the real twist in my cheating story began. Sarah started suggesting we open up our marriage to spice things up. I was floored. This wasn't like her at all. I asked her if all of this had to do with Mark. She said it wasn't, but she felt she missed out by being with only one person and not wanting to lose me. I cautiously and perhaps more naively agreed to her proposal. We set ground rules, not bringing any home, and it all seemed wonderful. Little did I know that it was just the start of a rather painful chapter in our story of infidelity. Sarah went around dating, and sometimes she even indulged in one-night stands for the following year. She even went as far as having a full-fledged relationship with Mark. Meanwhile, I made efforts to adapt to this new setup, but I could not, in fact, be successful. I dated her, and yet could not even manage to have one-night stands. It felt like something wrong to do. Sarah asked me if I was doing all right, but she never changed her behavior. It was the pure, special innocence of our marriage, but she slowly began to kill me inside with this. Then came another twist in my cheating story. Hannah. She was this awesome woman from South Korea. Our conversations went so smoothly, and her smile could forget all of my pain. She was making that intimacy unlike anything I'd ever had before. For the first time in years, I felt truly desired. Initially, she found it cute that I had found someone, but as time passed, her attitude changed.
Just like that, Sarah turns around and now starts coming in to surprise me dinner, cleaning the house, dropping off lunch at my office, even taking intimacy as our initiative. Too late. Part of me had died. I asked her what had caused this sudden change in behavior. She said she wanted to prove that she still loved me and was happy with me. I burst out laughing and asked about Mark, her friends, and the one-night stands. She could not respond and went to bed in tears. The very next day, Sarah came to me and said she wants to shut down our open marriage. She says it was a miserable mistake and that she regrets everything. According to her, she ended with me because of friends and Mark who told her that she needed more experiences. But now, she knows this was something unique what we had, and she destroyed something precious. This was another tragic turning point in my cheating story. She says I might never see her again as my wife, whereby she broke into tears. She quit her job, cut all ties to her friends, even broke off with Mark, and the entire charade was a scam to win me back. The harm, though, was done. All these efforts were merely proof of what I'd established for Hannah. There was something about Hannah that brought to life parts of me, which honestly hadn't been stirred in quite some time by Sarah. Now here I was in something I never wanted, the cheating tale I never asked for. We went into couples therapy, hoping somehow we'd find a way to fix things. In the first session, Sarah vomited up guilt, stating how her friends had guided her down this path. The therapist pointed out the damage done to this approach with regards to relationships and marriage. Sarah said she was panicked over seeing the happiness of my relationship with Hannah. For me, well, her friends had advised her to just put up with it, so she found out who was the bad influence in her life. I disclosed my participation in the scandal and my continued affair with Hannah. The therapist said nothing concrete would be achieved till Hannah stayed and brought up the topic for consideration of another session. Sarah and I moved to separate apartments for the time being. It was in our second meeting that Sarah shared further excruciating truths about her relationship with Mark. They did not cross physical lines before our opening marriage, but had touched themselves in front of each other. This was a further blow on an already fragile heart of mine. She cried and begged for forgiveness, explaining how she had been nothing but a distraction for Mark, only made her betrayal harder to bear. As this cheating scandal emerged, Sarah suggested we should leave and start anew. Still, I wasn't there yet. It needed time for it all to sink in. Meantime, one of the girlfriends Sarah's been dating had herself gotten into a pregnancy scare. She spilled Mark on something that would probably end up getting him fired. Her apology to me after hearing her buddy was part of Sarah's wrongdoing, trying to get out of the mess she helped create. One day, returning home with some belongings, I found Sarah amongst our wedding photos. "Look," she said, "Mark sent me a message. He ripped into me for exposing him." She said she had done it to rid us of the secret's power over us, give our marriage a fighting chance. But she knew that was too little, too late. I told Sarah that I was ending marriage counseling and seeking individual therapy instead. She wept uncontrollably. I was numb. I had previously consulted with a divorce lawyer, unsure whether there was anything left worth saving in this cheating story. It's pretty obvious that she's desperate to win me back, but I no longer see the same future for myself as she does. When I left that day, Sarah was screaming her head off. What did Hannah have that she didn't, she wanted to know. If she can't see it now, I guess our marriage is really over. This is a cheating story of consequences. My wife has to face the after effects of her deeds, trying to unwind her mistakes. Life doesn't work that way. Perhaps one day she will be a better partner, but it won't be with me. She will always remember what she did and regret it. That is more than the many people get from their own cheating stories.